REFS.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It is a Feel Good Friday, May the 8th. We actually got a lot of we got some feel good news that has poured in over the last 24 hours since I was last with you. I saw Jawan Jennings, former 49ers wide receiver, inking a 1-year, $14 million deal to go out to Minneapolis, suit up to play wide out for whoever wins the job, J.J. McCarthy or Kyler Murray. You know, one of the two got to win that job. We see that the National Football League and the National Football League's Referee Association actually reached an agreement. So no replacement refs in the NFL. No, this will not be a repeat of 2014, I believe it was, where there were a lot of issues, improper training, and it caused teams to lose big-time games, including playoff games. It was an ugly black eye on the NFL that year. And I will say how petty of the National Football League. Roger Goodell and them, they always get it right. Not that they always get it right. They always seem to find an edge, and their timing always feels eerily perfect. Because on the day where basketball fans like you, like me, like Kate Chumson, who's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos in here on a Feel Good Friday, when basketball fans are at their wits' end with the way in which games are being officiated. The Thunder are like they are the villains of the NBA right now, the defending champions. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is likely to win the most valuable player this year, is at the heart of the disdain of basketball fans because of the way in which he flops and the way in which he draws calls all the time. And it feels like a lot of times the Thunder get the benefit of the whistle. As people are irate over the Lakers-Thunder final from last night, the NFL announces, we good. We're going to be all right, y'all. We ain't going to have the same issue as the NBA. Kay, do you feel like this was a perfect timing? Did the NFL line this up intentionally?
Yes. I was actually thinking about it the other day, what the NFL schedule release is coming up soon as well. The NFL just knows how to properly place significant events or headlines throughout the calendar year. That way you never forget about them.
Yep.
It's honestly kind of brilliant.
This deal has been on the table. Let me see, because we just got the headline, like, I want to say about an hour or so ago from Adam Schefter. And this deal has been the talk of the NFL offseason. Not a major headline, but like a B-level headline, because everybody's afraid of what happened again about a decade ago when the last time the NFL and the officials, CBA, if you will, expired and the referees went on strike. So this had been something that was looming. They had been close, but there was always the looming threat of a lockout and all of that. And all of a sudden, Hail Mary no longer. As we learned that they got a new CBA, it's going to run through 2032. The NFL will be safe from replacement officials. They won't need them this year. They won't need them for a while. So the NFL reached an agreement, and it happens again. It coincides on the same day where, man, what the hell? This is how bad it is for the Los Angeles Lakers and really for the NBA at whole, because the Lakers are your biggest brand. I hadn't talked to a good buddy of mine, Tyler Cameron, from Going Home with Tyler Cameron on Amazon Prime Video, from the Bachelorette season with, I believe it was Hannah Brown, former FAU star, cup of coffee in the league, and a guy that in and around Palm Beach County, he's like the Prince of Jupiter, if you will. I got a phone call from him this morning, and it wasn't, hey, buddy, haven't chopped it up with you in about a month, man. How are you? It wasn't, yo, how's the wife, man? I know y'all are expecting in a few weeks, everything holding up. Immediately, before I can even say, yo, he's like, bro, did you see that game last night, dog? What the hell is wrong with the referees?
Oh, man. Hey.
Tyler,
Man, you
and,
corny.
and to be fair, that's what all of my group chats have been like. Nobody wants to talk about how the Pistons are proving themselves to be playoff performers, and Cade Cunningham is evolving into a guy that can close out playoff games. Nobody wants to talk about how the Thunder are now 6-0 in these playoffs, the defending champions, and they look like they're going to steamroll their way into the Western Conference Final, while the Spurs and the T-Wolves could be going back and forth. Everybody is concerned with the officiating and the lack of calls for LeBron and the overly, sensitive, blowing of the whistle for the Thunder that you see year over year. Everybody has their eyes on this, and to be honest with you, it is a sore spot for the National Basketball Association. You cannot have this on your biggest stage. Can't do it. Can't do it. How do you consume the Oklahoma City Thunder, Kate? Are you a fan of it? Do you like Shea? Where do you stand?
I like Oklahoma City. I like that fan base. I like that environment. That city is the only thing they've got right there.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma City, I've got a lot of family out there, actually, so I've kind of been around a lot of Thunder people for basically my whole life. As far as the production on the basketball court, listen, I believe that the best form of basketball is played when you're not going for fouls. That being said, I don't mind what the Thunder are doing because I watch more good basketball than I do flopping and drawing fouls.
Yeah, they're an excellent basketball team.
So I think it's hard because, and it's almost sad because we are extrapolating and expounding on, yes, do they look for calls? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? And then there's the good basketball that we're also ignoring because that defense is relentless right now. What was it? 90 points in game 1, 107 points in game 2 allowed to the Lakers.
Yeah.
They're insane. They're worthy of being that number 1 slot. And it's sad because we're seeing one of the great teams of this decade who might go back-to-back for the first time in this decade.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting overshadowed by whatever these calls are. And honestly, this wouldn't be as highlighted if it wasn't for LeBron and the Lakers being their opponent.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say, though. The Thunder, as a former basketball official myself, and as somebody who tries to, because I have that perspective, gauge how we judge or criticize officiating, specifically in basketball, I try to give it some room for error. Because a lot of these things are judgment calls. A lot of these things are referees trying to allow a game to flow. Number one, it's going to be near impossible for you to convince me that it is in the officials or the NBA's best interest to weigh the scales heavier in favor of Oklahoma City over Los Angeles. Like, if anything, and I get it, it was ugly last night. But I have a reason for that. I have a theory, and I will deliver it to you. If anything, if you're the NBA, it will be the other way around. How many more playoff series are we going to see of LeBron? This might be the last playoff series in LeBron James's career. You ever given that thought? Like, tomorrow's not promised when you're 41, 42 years old, and I'm talking about basketball, not, his actual mortality. His basketball mortality is definitely on the line. He's in the Western Conference. We've seen in recent years his teams have to play their way in through the play-in tournament. Tomorrow is not promised for LeBron James' playoff series. They're down 2-0. If they drop these next 2 games, that could be the way in which we watch LeBron exit his career, at least when it comes to the postseason. That's a very real, tangible possibility for the NBA. If they were doing things in their own interest for viewership, for storylines, and for more money to pad their pockets, it would not be to help Shea and Chet and Jalen Williams and AJ. Like, who people are tuning in for the turn? Who the hell is AJ Mitchell? And why does he look like Shea when Shea steps off the court? 20 points. 20 points for A.J. Mitchell, 7 for 12 from the field. He was doing his best Shea Gilgeous-Alexander impression in those minutes when Shea wasn't there. do we really think that the NBA would be doing that in favor of one of its smallest markets against its biggest brand? No.
You're basically saying that it doesn't make sense to say that the NBA is rigging the refs when the refs are not giving the calls to the right person, which would be better for the NBA.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. And I say that because, honestly, Cade, it's actually not very hard to deduct why this always happens. This isn't the first year it's happened with the Thunder. It's been the past 3 years or so where they play so tenaciously on defense. It borderline. I don't even say borderline. They foul. They hack. They stay in brothers' grills from the tip to the final buzzer. The Thunder play a level and a brand of defense that it forces the referees to allow more physical play. And I'm talking about you, Lou Dort. I'm talking about you, Alex Caruso. You'll see it with other guys, Jalen Williams as well. Their bigs get a little handsy as well. Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, these guys, they play tough from the open to the close. They get in your grill. They muck it up. They push that threshold past a certain point to where, as an official, it feels like sometimes the refs let them get away with so much more on the defensive end because it's every possession. Like, are you going to foul these guys out 5 minutes into the game? I don't think so. So then on the other side, I think my only issue, I'm okay with what they do defensively. And they got a lot of guys. That's the reason why they're able to do that is because they can go 12 deep in a playoff game and have no fall off. The issue is on the offensive side, it does get annoying if you're going to do all of that and get as handsy and physical as you do. And I watched this last year as well against the Minnesota Timberwolves when the Thunder would start physical with them and be physical all the way throughout the game. And the Timberwolves wouldn't start physical, but by the second quarter, after they've got roughed up and after they realize the refs are letting them go and you know, swallowing their whistle, if you will, then they deviate to what the Thunder are doing, and now they're getting called for fouls. And now they're throwing their arms up and saying, well, what the hell? It just happened to me on the other side. It is like what the Thunder have been doing, it feels almost like a social experiment. How much of this can we get away with? And they get away with a lot. And last night they won 125-107 in another blowout. And they rope-a-dope with the Lakers and make it seem interesting until, well, they decide to flip a switch. And the most interesting thing about last night in game 2 was the Lakers had a chance. You could blame the refs all you want. You had a chance. You were well positioned to win that basketball game. It was the play where Austin Reeves drew the flagrant foul on Shea early in the third quarter, and he hits, I believe, 3 free throws because of the technical foul and the 2 shots off the shooting foul. The Lakers go up by 5. Again, couple of minutes into the second half, Lakers up by 5. Shea draws his 4th foul, and he hits the bench. And what happens? A 25-8 run in favor of the Thunder, and they never looked back. The Thunder are not winning these basketball games because they have the favor of the whistle and the officials are on their side and the NBA league offices have a conspiracy going against the Lakers. No. The Thunder are beating the Lakers, and they're going to likely sweep them because they're just a better basketball team. That's boring to say. They're just a better basketball team. If Shea's on the bench with 4 fouls and you're up by 5, there's no way you can let that lead slip through your fingertips, especially not in a 25-8 run in favor of the Thunder. That's crazy.
Essentially, that's an even ball game considering Luka Doncic is out on the other side.
Yeah, and also, guess what? Jalen Williams, not J-Duck, Jalen Williams, like the second best player for the Thunder, has been out the whole series, and it still hasn't been close.
The
Lakers
right
don't have any excuse, bro.
That's the definition of dominance.
The Lakers don't have any excuse. Can I hear the excuse though from JJ Redick? Because this is LeBron James is apparently the most disenfranchised superstar in the NBA. He averaged just over 5 free throw attempts per game during the regular season. He has only gotten 5 free throw attempts total through these first 2 games. And last night, after we watched Austin Reeves hold a post-game powwow with the officials, I don't know if what do you call it? If you're watching this on ESPN West Palm, ESPN South Florida's YouTube page, you can see the image of Austin Reeves with LeBron James looking on, huddling up all the officials afterwards and getting into their grill and letting them know what he would like changed when they go back to L.A., which is also a bad look on the league, by the way. If you're going to do all of that, you have to try to do that in the concourse or in the tunnel and not out in front on the court, but whatever. It's not my league to judge. After all of that, J.J. Redick gets up to the podium, mad about his superstar not getting the calls that Shea and them get, and here's his point.
Well, he gets clobbered on that one, with Jalen Williams coming over trying to block the shot when he spun baseline on Dort. That was in that stretch as well. LeBron has the worst whistle of any star player I've ever seen. I mean, I've been with him 2 years now. There's, again, the smaller guys, because they can be theatric, they typically draw more fouls, and the bigger players that are, built like LeBron, it's hard for them. But he gets clobbered, and he got clobbered again tonight a bunch. And that's not like a new thing. That's not specific to this crew or, this series. He gets fouled a lot. That doesn't happen. I mean, guy gets hit on the head more than any player I've seen on drives, and it rarely gets called. So.
What?
He didn't really say anything. There was nothing. That whole thing was just the obvious of what we've known for 20-plus years.
Shaq had to deal with it. Giannis Antetokounmpo deals with it. Like, if you are the bigger, stronger, more physical presence, Joel Embiid deals with it. That's why he flops. So people get mad at Joel Embiid, and I don't like it either. It's an ugly brand of basketball, and it's not fun to watch. But the reason why Embiid does all of that flopping is because if you don't, then a lot of times you're not going to get the whistle, because oftentimes a referee is only going to blow his whistle, his or her whistle, if there is an advantage caused by the contact. That's one of the things, too, that's undermined and underlooked for basketball fans in general. They think every piece of contact is a foul. It actually is mostly called, there's judgment involved, and it's when there is a decided advantage that is given to the defender or offensive player with said contact in the play. And if the official can't see the advantage created because it's just a bump on the head and LeBron powers through for a layup, sometimes it's not going to get called.
Yeah, if you're going to go up strong and someone destroys your forearm, but if you're strong enough to hold on that basketball and go to the lane, then they're not going to call it because nothing happened to you.
Sometimes they're not going to call it, man. And it's not fair, but it is. You know what else ain't fair? 6'8", 260 running at you with 4.4 speed.
That's not natural.
Every now and then you're not going to get a whistle or two, and it's not fun if you're a LeBron fan. It's not fun if you were a Shaq fan. It's not fun if you're rooting for Giannis. And it also gets compounded when you watch on the other side a guy like Shea, bait somebody into just reaching their arm across, and then does the little pull sweep through motion and just one little, and then he's at the free throw line again. Like, that's not fun either. There's no real solve for this. The issue, the only solve I can see that will make everybody happy is a series with, maybe the Spurs can do it. I know the Timberwolves can do it, but it's going to be hard for them to get out of there because they're not as healthy. A series where the officials legitimately let them play. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about if you flop as well, so be it. That's a turnover.
There needs to be something for, and I don't necessarily mind the flopping when it's like post-shot. I hate the ones where you get touched and then you frantically try to put up a shooting motion to say you were shooting.
Shea does it a lot.
I want to see or I wonder what the rule is worded, because I'm sure it says something like if you get touched during a shooting motion. I'd love to see wording that gets more involved with a shot attempt.
See, but this is the issue. This is why this is the NBA issue. This is the biggest stage. It's the playoffs. It's the Lakers and the defending champions. And what are we rendered down to talk about right now?
Well, yeah.
The definition of the rules of a foul contact on a shot. And I'm not saying it's not our problem. This is what people are talking about today. This is what people care about right now. They care that it feels like it's not fair. And on the other side of that not fair is the guy that is probably one of the more unfair athletes that we've ever seen in LeBron James, who had 23 points, was 9 for 18. So for what it's worth, LeBron has looked really, really good. The Lakers just don't have enough juice. They're not good enough.
No, yeah.
Even if the officiating was fair right down the line last night, they're still going to lose that game.
That's also even the more annoying part. is we're talking about a series that's already wrapped up.
Series has been over with.
I actually blame Donovan Mitchell for a lot of this, too, because I would have loved to talk about Pistons Cleveland today.
Well, he didn't want to, though.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
Yeah. James Harden, you could blame as well. They didn't want to.
Good night.
Yeah.
What was the stat that our teammate Mike Jones gave us today? He's played in, 9 or 6 playoff games?
Yep.
Last 2 years, he's played in a certain amount of playoff games, and he's had more turnovers than
field goals made.
Field goals made in like 9 of them. Or
That's
something. It was like over
5
50%.
out of the last 9, I believe. 5 out of the last 9 playoff games James Harden has played in, he's had more turnovers than field goals.
That's insanity.
It's insane, but it's the James Harden experience. That's why when they made this trade before the deadline, I'm like, oh, okay. I remember I got Mike Rizzo was kind of jazzed up a little bit about it. He's a Cavs fan, clearly, and the Cavs had a lot of momentum this year, and they have a good core. And if you're getting James Harden at his peak, he would have been perfect for what the Cleveland Cavaliers need. But we know what James Harden is come May. And that's what we got last night. So I'm not surprised by that one at all. Like those last night's 2 games felt like 2 series that are over. That are we can call them. Now that the Pistons know how to close, and now that they have looked death in its face as the Orlando Magic of all team had them down 3-1, which ain't nothing to be proud of. Ain't nothing to celebrate for them to bounce back from that. Now that they have seen that and overcome it, I don't think the Cavaliers have much for them. And I'm going to say something even more bold that I've been saying for about a week now. Pistons get out of this Cavaliers series clean. The Knicks nor the Sixers got nothing for them.
Wow.
I am confident beyond all measures that the Knicks are going to beat the Pistons are going to beat the Knicks in a conference finals if both of those 2 teams meet.
Okay. That's a hot take.
It's just not. They outplayed them last year. They just didn't. They were wet behind the ears.
True.
They were a little green. They didn't understand what it took to close out games. Cade Cunningham, like the way Cade plays the game of basketball on the offensive end. I've said it a bunch of times. Rarely do people agree with me. People try to call Alperen Şengün Baby Jokic. Lazy comparison. Cade plays offensively like a baby Nikola Jokic. And I don't know why nobody else can feel me on that.
Because he's like
half
the size?
Yeah, because exactly. He's 6'8". But still, it's not an overly athletic game. It is IQ times 1,000. It is whipping passes around from the top of the key instead of him being the screener on the pick and roll. But by the way, Nikola Jokic uses Jamal Murray as a screener as well. He runs, ball handle, pick and roll as well as a screener.
They just don't look like the same athlete.
It doesn't look the same,
like it. I hear you.
It feels the same, and also everything runs through Cade, especially in the big moments. And he's not a guy that I hate when people compare Cade to Luka Doncic. That's a lazy comp as well. He does not play basketball like Luka. None of the ISO stuff. He's not sitting here trying to size up, step back. No, he makes smart decisions on his pace, and he puts the defense in disadvantageous situations. The moment he starts to get doubled, he whips the pass and the right pass. You know what I'm saying? Like he has vision and passing ability that's up there with Jokic. And the other part of it is neither one of them are sharpshooters from 3, but when they need it in a big spot, late in the shot clock, you always feel like it's going in. And that's what Cade was like last night with the Pistons. And that's what Jokic is like all the damn time. How many times has Nikola Jokic caught the ball with 5 seconds left on the shot clock, 30 feet out, and found a bucket?
500, dead or alive.
Falling away.
Buckets.
It don't look the same, but the way in which they operate their offenses are very similar. It's just Cade is 5 inches shorter.
Now, we need to go to break soon, but I find it interesting that you, of all people, are defending Cade like Jokic, considering Jokic has only 1 championship run, and the one time he did it, he actually had one of his best overall teams where he didn't need to carry the load.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you're saying everything runs through Cade is the reason they are going to lose in the conference championship.
But the difference is the Pistons don't have a Jamal Murray. They don't.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't have a Jamal Murray, and also the difference with Cade and Jokic is I only talk about the offense. But on defense, Cade is a plus. He's a hound. He's good. Jokic, a negative. But we can talk about all of that stuff. We'll get to more of that. We got to get around as well. I'm excited because as we're going to also obviously open up the Baptist Health hotlines and let the people in on this officiating issue. Does the NBA have an officiating issue, or is this a Thunder issue? Is it their play style, or Are you blaming the refs like the Lakers are resorting to right now? 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. We'll be taking your calls throughout the day. Is this ruining your playoff watching experience? And also, I will say, thank you for the correction in the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida. Christopher, the replacement refs for the NFL was 2012, not 2014. That was the year that sparked all the confusion. And I should have known because, they extended it out to 2032. 10-year gap in the CBA. Come on, Theo. Also on the other side, too, Kate, we have a special guest who is going to be wrestling at the SoFi Center tomorrow night in Palm Beach Gardens. Harley Cameron, AEW star, joining, theoretically speaking. A lot of fun here on a Feel Good Friday. This is a motion-packed Feel Good Friday, and it's setting up what we're going to be doing this weekend. But as always, join us on the Baptist Health Hotline to join the show and give your thoughts. Welcome to Pro-Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. So get back to the life and the activities that you love. And learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, welcome to being treated like a pro in the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. She promised she wouldn't throw me through one of these tables, but no promises for her opponent tomorrow night in Palm Beach Gardens. On the other side, Harley Cameron, the AEW superstar, joins Theoretically Speaking. That's Kate Chumslin. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
What's the Anajar and Levine difference? If you're the victim of a car crash, you will always speak to a lawyer. You'll always get the highest standard of care from our dedicated legal team, and we'll always fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Call our legal team right now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Don't wait. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Banyan Printing, your trusted partner for all your printing and signage needs. With 48 years of local service, over 1,000 customers choose Banyan for fast turnaround, free delivery, consistent results, and market-leading customer service. Banyan's all-in-one solution saves businesses time and resources. From business cards and brochures to direct mail services and signage, they eliminate the hassle of multiple vendors. If you're unsure you're getting the best service or value, visit banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ Bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's radio to 64,000.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Well, first and foremost, this right here is an honor. We have with us right now Harley Cameron, AEW star. As we tip things off here on Theoretically Speaking. Can I be honest with you right quick? A little bit nervous.
Why?
A little bit nervous.
Why are you nervous? Worried I'm going to slam you through the table?
There's a lot. Look, there's chairs and tables in the studio, and I know in your profession that obviously gets you a little excited.
Hyped up.
But no, I appreciate you taking out some time, and I'm happy to know that AEW is in Palm Beach County this weekend.
Yes.
At a place where we're used to watching, like, Tiger Woods and we're going to be watching some wrestling action at the SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. How exciting is that?
It's very exciting. Place of legend. You're about to get some wrestling legends in there. I think it's very cool, and obviously it's a really cool venue, and the first time that they've done anything like this with the wrestling. So we're going to have to make sure it's a great first impression.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good time. I can hear the accent. You're not. I know you're a Florida resident, not from Florida.
No, I'm American.
You're American.
No, I'm
You've
kidding.
been practicing?
I am from Australia. Yeah. I've lived in America for 7 years. My mum thinks I'm American, and I love it when people tell her she's wrong.
Well, here's the thing, though. Sometimes you get the actors from either Australia or England, and they come here, and we assume they're American based on the accent.
Yeah.
Y'all are great at doing that. Can you mask it? Are you able to do like an American accent?
I can totally do a really good American accent like this.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I can do England as well. Oh, no, Governor. What else you got for me?
Why did your tone go up with it? Are they just more?
When I do my England, I'm an elderly gentleman.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
And then when you do your English over here, you're more American. What is that?
I'm a valley. I have Daddy's trust fund that I live off.
Nice.
I go to Irwan.
You'll fit right in here in Palm Beach County.
Oh, it's like I was gonna say it's really nice around here, and I'm like, what's the vibe like? Is it kind of California-ish?
Vibes are high. I would say not necessarily California-ish, but I will say just as expensive. Just as expensive. A lot of palm trees. The beaches are right here. But what I love about South Florida, I've only been here 5.5 years or so. You can actually get in the water and the beach. You go out to Cali. A little too cold for my liking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
See,
I grew up obviously in Australia, but we even in like the ice winter, we just wear wetsuits at the surf. So like I feel like in Australia we commit more to the surfing culture, regardless of the temperature of the water. You know.
That's y'all got that. Y'all got that. As a Texas boy myself, I can't get into all of that. But I can get into some wrestling this weekend. I saw in one of your latest videos that came out, you had a little Janet Jackson incident. Little Janet Jackson.
I was like, I melted my nose off? Pop the titty.
What? How? What happened here? Is this some wardrobe malfunction?
Look, Mina got all riled up, and she just thought I was wearing my gear underneath, which I wasn't. And you know, if everyone had a heart attack of it, let me just preface the fact that my wrestling gear is actually like just a bra. I wrestle in a bra. If anyone takes care to notice.
Yeah.
So for everyone that was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, Mina's next to me. Our gear is bras. So she just thought I was in my wrestling gear.
Yeah.
I was in the wrong material.
It's just as revealing as your wrestling gear per se, but it's just like, that's actually your bra.
Yeah, right? But, I was like, when she ripped the shirt, I was like, I'm going to take the rest of it off now, But if anyone that was a little bit taken back, I mean, guys, just watch my matches. I wear a lot less.
Yeah. Watch your matches this weekend. What's the details around your matches this weekend? Who you going against? And how excited people to be to see you back in the ring? You're AEW champion, tag team champion, and a great wrestler.
I was the champion, but thanks for letting me relive my trauma.
Yes.
Well. Megan Bain and Lita Cross, the sneaky devils they are. They defeated myself and Willow Nightingale. But you know what? Megan Bain and Lita Cross do have a match tomorrow. So that is one of the matches you'll be looking forward to, as well as Darby versus Pac, and then also Jungle Jack and Mark Davis, just some of the announced ones. But yes, thank you for letting me relive the trauma of the fact that I lost my belt.
I'm getting you.
You're trying to trigger me. You want me to quit doing this? Yeah, get me riled up.
I literally just had a back flare-up issue like about a week ago. I can't have anymore.
Did you?
I don't know.
Yeah, suck it up. In Australia, we have a saying. It's called "Suck it up, princess," because you know. Once you go through, how many tables have you been through? How many times have you get knocked down?
Well, I'm not a Bills fan, so not voluntarily am I jumping through tables. I think I've been through 0 tables in my life.
Yeah, and you telling me about back pain. I travel on the plane with this little back massager, and I call it the warm hug. Yeah, our medical team has these like special like things that warm us up before matches, and I used to take it every day just because I love it. And I wrote on it the warm hug, and then I ended up having to buy my own. They're like, Harley, you cannot wear it all day. So I travel with this huge like back brace thing that warms up my back on the plane, and it goes and vibrates. So whoever's sitting on the plane's like, what's happening?
I'm about to say, if I'm sitting next to a woman on the plane and I hear a slight vibration, I might get a little bit more nervous.
Yeah, I get looks. I have no shame. I look at them and I'm like, it's not anything that you're thinking. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm wearing this back brace.
How for you, your rise to stardom in AEW is still pretty new, right? Is it relatively new to you? I know you're.
Yeah, I'm definitely I believe the newest person on our roster in respect to the fact that I haven't had the years in ring experience compared to a lot of other people. My background was in like theater and entertainment. I've only been wrestling for a total of 4 years now since I first started training until today.
So who you talking about throwing? They didn't do that many tables.
Yeah, but one table. I've been through a lot. Actually, you know what? I've been through some successfully, and then I've been through one and a half, and one didn't break, and it got worse. Yeah, that's way worse. Yeah, I was in Blood and Guts last year for the women, which I got kendo stick, I got thumbtacked, I got whipped with the belt, I jumped off the cage, I've done it all.
Yeah. Those terms. I will be the first to say also as a person that's not as familiar with wrestling.
Yeah.
Those terms sound painful. I have no clue what they look like. When you got into wrestling 3 years ago, how familiar were you with wrestling? What was your background?
I didn't have any wrestling background. I was a personal trainer, and I did like I was a surfer and I danced and played soccer like for the majority of my life. So I was definitely always in athletics to a degree. But it was nothing compared to wrestling. When I had my first day at wrestling school, it was a big wake up call. I was wow, this is hard. This is so hard. And like I think until you get into a ring and feel it, like it's hard to describe the like understanding like this is like a different level of athleticism.
Yeah. I can see.
It's definitely like its own league, you know.
I will be honest. I did some research. I always say once a journalist, always a journalist. You're a journalist.
Yeah, I did a collegiate scholarship at university. Look, when I was in high school, I really just thought, you know what, I want to present the news. And then I, through the journey, I was like, wait, I'm weirder than that. I want to do something weirder. So, I ended up like, I dabbled for a little bit, but ultimately my heart ended up going to like fitness and theater and entertainment and like now the ultimate of athleticism and entertainment combined, wrestling. I was born for this.
I will say, man, the level of entertainment, not just in the ring, but outside of it, in the promos and the way in which y'all are always in character. It feels like, again, Harley Cameron, you are the definition of that. And then so much more, though, because, there's the ventriloquist background.
Yeah.
I heard you got some vocal cords on you.
Yeah.
I
was thinking that for a long time.
Born entertainer.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'm very lucky that I get to do all this cool stuff at AEW because Tony, our boss, he's so awesome and he's definitely allowed me to showcase just so many random and wild things and incorporate it into the world of wrestling. So if you're not like a wrestling fan, like it's like I feel like it's a cool way to open the door to a different audience sometimes, bring them in and then they fall in love with the wrestling too.
Yeah.
So it's fun getting to like bring different things into the wrestling world and then like ultimately like that's when people fall in love with it again. It's like sometimes you grow out of it when you grow up. You know what I mean? A lot of adults don't watch wrestling or they grow out of it, and then it's cool to know that certain things I've done have made people watch again, and they're like, oh wait, the wrestling's awesome.
No, I've been watching the reinvigoration around it happen literally in this office where people have talked. My guy Dave, actually, our ops guy, he had stopped watching wrestling he said for about a decade or so, and what brought him back into it over the past couple of years, AEW.
Hell yeah.
The rise of AEW. Why did you choose when you were deciding where you were going to take your wrestling journey? Why AEW for you?
Oh, there's just so many reasons. I mean, they say AEW is where the best wrestling. They truly do. We have the most incredible athletes. We have some absolute legends there. We have up-and-coming homegrown talent who are paving their own path. We have the best pay-per-views. We have a very versatile show. And additionally, like I feel like we are definitely our own identity. We have so many different lanes that we explore. I think there is something for everyone in it. And I feel like we're kind of like we're kind of like the rebel kids that I feel like we have a little bit of old school nature in us that has been lost in other industries. So I feel like we definitely stand apart because of those reasons.
That's right there, an interview with none other than Harley Cameron with the AEW. She's going to be one of the many on display, duking it out in the ring in the Fairway to Hell, which is coming to the SoFi Center tomorrow in Palm Beach Gardens. I'll be there to check it out. It's going to be great. Starts at 7:30. It's live on TNT, and it's streamed on HBO Max. Tickets still available, AEWTix.com. That's AEWTIX.com to check out. Again, this is at the SoFi Center where we're used to watching TGL. We're going to see some AEW. And Harley says she's bringing it, bro. She says she's bringing it, Kay. That's it. No games. Nothing pulled. She's going all the way after it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that goes down like. Can I tell the good people how they can make sure that their house pulls no strings when it comes to keeping them right?
Hey, Culligan man.
That is right. That is absolutely right. You don't want to set yourself up in a situation where you are now at a deficit because you look at the standings, you look at the rankings. It's like, whoa, hold on a second now. Why is Florida so low when I'm searching best water in the nation? And we're bottom tier. Terrible water here in the state of Florida. But that's why I'm with Culligan. See, Culligan gets you right. Culligan has all of the water systems and water treatments that can help your home become more comfortable. Culligan.com. Get yourself a free water test with Culligan today, and you'll thank yourself tomorrow. You might thank me. You might even remember that I was the one that mentioned it. You might thank me, but no need. Culligan is the one that handles all of that, whether you're in Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie, West Palm, downtown Miami. Culligan serves all of South Florida. I have a water softener and a reverse osmosis system. So I get the purified water both out of my faucet and in my refrigerator, including the ice. People forget about the ice. They'll pour some pure water over some dirty ice and forget that, oh, wait, by the way, that ice is going to melt into your drink, and now you're taking in the pharmaceuticals, the toxins, all of the stuff that comes in that nasty, nasty Florida water. Culligan.com. Get your free water test so they can check it out, let you know what is best situated for you and the family. Culligan.com. Tap in with the good people. Cade, man, this is actually going to be my first time going to a little AEW in person.
There you go.
AEW event.
There you go.
Last year we did wrestling at the Florida Panthers Amerant Bank Arena. Did you come to that wrestling
I
night?
didn't, but I know of the event.
I think that was WWE that night. I think so. This time around, checking out AEW. I'm checking boxes off here, and I'm excited, man, because to be honest with you, man, wrestling in person, whole nother experience. Great on TV, I'm sure, as well. In person, similar to what people talk about with hockey, elevates the experience. Speaking of hockey, how was it last night? Did we get any more parity, or is it still an avalanche?
I told you it was Avalanche Hurricanes all the way. Last night, Hurricanes versus the Flyers, and Hurricanes won 4-1.
Yikes. So So the hockey, we know how that's going to end. On the other side, we'll actually discuss a sport in basketball where we don't know how it's going to end. A couple of games tonight in the NBA that we need some going over, including injury updates, because boy, oh boy, if last night was all about 2 series that were over, tonight is all about 2 medical staffs that are overworked. That's Cade Chums, and I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
This Mother's Day, give Mom a gift with endless possibilities. Give her a gift card to the Breakers Palm Beach. A Breakers gift card lets you treat Mom to all the things she loves. An irresistible oceanfront getaway, a massage, facial, or salon service at the spa at the Breakers. Lessons at the acclaimed Golf and Racket Club, or shopping at the resort's stylish boutiques. With a Breakers gift card, she can also savor unforgettable dining at the Breakers' renowned collection of restaurants and bars, including Echo, Henry's Palm Beach, and HMF. And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a $500 gift card online at thebreakers.com, you'll receive an additional $50 on that card, compliments of the Breakers. You can never repay Mom for all she's done, but a gift card to the Breakers Palm Beach is a great way to start. Visit thebreakers.com today.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $909 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Power up your future at Palm Beach State College by training in a high-demand field. Our residential and commercial electrician certificate program offers hands-on training from licensed electricians with 40-week daytime or 60-week evening options. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Get started on the path to a successful career as an electrician at Palm Beach State College. Attend one of our free hands-on info sessions. Visit pbsc.edu and search info. That's pbsc.edu.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Come on out to Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium for Star Wars Night on Saturday, May 9th at 6 p.m. Enjoy minor league baseball action between the Jupiter Hammerheads and the Palm Beach Cardinals in a galaxy not far, far away. Come take pictures with your favorite characters, and special Star Wars jerseys will be up for auction right after the game. It's also a Code Ninjas Kids Club Saturday. Visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com to purchase your Star Wars Night tickets today.
May the Force be with you.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
And we back at it, man. By the way, for that full interview, that wasn't the full conversation with AEW star Harley Cameron. She came to the U.S. by way of Australia a wee few years ago. And now she is a budding star and was the inaugural tag team champion in the AEW. She competing tomorrow night. She had a great interview with us that we gave you a snippet of a couple of minutes ago. You can catch that full thing on GKW. That is Good Karma Wrestling on YouTube, as well as at ESPN South Florida. Great times. Kate, you know what else is great? Do we have the hip breaker? We have the hip breaker. And the hip breaker from last night's Detroit Pistons win over the Cleveland Cavaliers to give them a 2-0 series lead. The only highlight of the night that worked in favor of the Cavaliers, that is going to have some staying power. It also serves as our EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week.
Time now for the coolest moment of the week. Presented by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes.
Donovan Mitchell, Spider. I mean, the guy is electric. The guy has all of the moves in the book. His bag is deep. He had 31 points in last night's loss for the Cavaliers. No 2 points more entertaining than this.
Mitchell. Getting shifty. Tobias goes down, and Mitchell got the hoop. And Harris holding that left hip.
If you didn't see it, and if you couldn't tell by the call, and again, this is courtesy to the NBA right there on ESPN. Tobias Harris was trying to guard Donovan Mitchell straight up. Tobias Harris, by the way, a little bit past his prime. Donovan Mitchell right smack dab in the middle of it. And you can see the fear in Tobias's eyes and his soul leave his body as he went left and then he went right. I mean, it looked like he was doing the cha-cha for a second here. And then left and then right. And then when he tried to go back right to stay with Spider, his hip gave out. That is the most old man, washed up, the saxophones are playing and getting louder and louder move on defense I've never seen an NBA player look more unathletic than Tobias Harris. His hip breaking on him mid Donovan Mitchell crossover. And that is your EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week. I don't know if it was just a great move by Spider or a sign to Tobias that it's over. Either way, it was great, Kay.
I cannot find the announcers' names because that was just the play-by-play guy. I was trying to look him up to give him cred. But then the color analyst is the funniest part, which is not in the radio clip.
Yeah, didn't get into
But because he like talks for like 30 seconds.
He breaks it down.
He breaks it down.
We got to get that. So
respectfully.
It was hilarious.
Like he doesn't want to just say, Tobias, you just got crossed over by Spider.
Bruh.
Like he could have just said that, but he was like, man, his leg went one way and just kind of gave out on him. Like he makes his step and you can tell the weight just isn't there. Like, brother, man needs to take off his laces and walk off the court immediately.
I jumped when I saw that because that happened in the first quarter and the Pistons go on to win and that's all that matters.
It was early too.
I jumped online and I had to double check. I said, how old is Tobias? Who, by the way, Tobias Harris, my wife refused to call by his name. She only calls him J. Cole.
Oh.
Yeah. For good reason. If you're wondering who we're talking about or have no clue what Tobias Harris looks like, Detroit Pistons wing, 33 years old, by the way. He looks like Jermaine Cole. Like he does look strikingly like J. Cole when he had the more mini fro and not the big locks and whatever. But Tobias Harris, like I felt embarrassed for him. Like, thank God the Pistons came back and won, or else that would be leading SportsCenter over and over. It was that bad. He fell down like he needed life alert. I thought he was reaching. It looked like he reached to hit the button.
You never seen someone get crossed over by their hips.
That's crazy.
There's ankle breaker. There's took your ankles. You need a hip replacement. That's not a flex you hear on the basketball court. There's a lot of other places you need hip replacements. On the basketball court is not one of them.
My boy had him wiggling like he was practicing learning how to be on a skateboard. Like it just.
The defense by Tobias was hilarious because you know how in basketball there's the drill where you put your hands out and you run from side to side?
Yeah.
You don't move your hips like you're on Just Dance. Like I don't know what he was trying to do.
It was like it looked like he was in the club catching a dance. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%. 100%.
Meanwhile, like in spite of finishes too, that's what helps. It helps because he did get to the rim and he got the floater in.
You see everyone else on the court? They were staring at Tobias he had the lane wide open.
It looked like it could have been a career ender.
Literally could.
If Tobias Harris's career would have ended on that play, I don't know if it would have did wonders for his virality, but it would have done terrible numbers to his career. But he did actually come back, and he didn't really leave the game. He got back up. His pride was more hurt than his actual hip was, and he had 21 points, 7 boards. Tobias Harris gets the last laugh because the Detroit Pistons go up 2-0. They're going to go back to Cleveland. Not back to Cleveland. They're going to Cleveland for the first time to try and close it out on the road in 2 games. And the overarching theme to that series is not old man Tobias getting a literal hip breaker, not an ankle breaker, a hip breaker. It is that Cade Cunningham has found his way. Cade Cunningham, 25 points. He was great down the stretch. 10 assists. He's always methodical with the basketball, and he always makes the right play. I just am absolutely enamored with the ceiling that this Detroit Pistons team can hit when he has it going. And if Tobias can be his Jamal Murray, it's volatile. It is a wild card. It's kind of like the most backhanded compliment you can give somebody in sports. It's like he's our most important player. Not because he's our best player. It's because when he plays well, we can win. But he plays poorly a lot because he's inconsistent. That's Tobias Harris. He can disappear.
Or like Aaron Gordon. I don't know. Why do we keep bringing up Nuggets players?
I don't know, because they've been relevant. Also, why not, right? Keep him alive, man. Keep him in good spirits. Aaron Gordon, though,
Are you sure? Do we want the Nuggets to stay alive? I thought we want that team to blow up.
Well, I'm just saying, they're probably headed onto a vacation. They probably have the same travel agent as James Harden. What I will say is nobody does an early vacation like James Harden. So if they're on that James Harden travel plan, then they've already touched down after a 15-hour flight, and they're vibing.
I guess we choose the Nuggets because it's such an interesting question because we don't do this with the Thunder. We didn't do this with the Warriors. We do it because there's the bona fide number one star of a team and then everyone else. Yeah, in recent memories, everyone has had more of a say. The Celtics play very much team basketball. The Thunder play complete team basketball. The Nuggets, they won they got team basketball that playoff year, but that team as a whole has been Jokic and the crew.
It ran through Jokic, yeah. Everything ran through Jokic. It's similar to the Giannis Bucks. But you still have Middleton. And again, with Jokic, you still have Jamal Murray.
Yes.
But it is the Jokic show.
It's interesting how we want to compare teams to that because they have their one star and everyone else. When historically, more successful franchises have had 2 or 3 stars and then everyone else.
Do you consider both Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns stars?
Karl-Anthony Towns, yes. Jalen, yeah. No, 100% I would. That's a duo with a crew.
Prime video tonight. The Knicks up 2-0 at the Philadelphia 76ers. If they are those stars that they're people say that they are, and they've played like it these playoffs and they've hit these really high watermarks, Embiid or not, I need to see it tonight on the road. I need to see them put their foot on the throats of the Philadelphia 76ers. And if they are those capital S stars, the absence or the uncertainty around OG Anunoby's availability should not be the thing that decides tonight's game. We're going to get to that as well as the Spurs T-Wolves games, which, again, has a lot of injury implications around it as well. On the other side here, we need to get ourselves into the happy hour. That is Kate Chumsland. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on a Feel Good Friday on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 29 national championships, including the reigning champs in swimming and diving, lacrosse, and tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals and business owners. The new tax legislation permanently increases the estate and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person, restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Ugh, water spots on the shower door again.
He sprayed, he scrubbed, he squeegeed.
What? Is that a word?
He's tried pretending not to see it.
Didn't work.
Now he wants answers.
I'm calling Culligan. They'll test my water for free and recommend a solution to fix hard water throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire with the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed. You'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man, your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is theoretically speaking. It is a feel-good Friday, and it is May the 8th. They don't have a good little phrase for that. May the 8th be with you. It's not they don't hit the same.
Well, I mean, there is. Hold on, now I got to go find it because someone did put out like a Star Wars Day for like the following week after May the 4th. So it does exist.
Don't be lazy out there, good people. You know, if you're gonna have a May the 4th,
it has something to do with hate. I want to say.
Oh, may the hate be.
No, no. It's not May the something be with you. It's a different Star Wars phrase.
Okay.
That uses a word that rhymes in 8.
Luke, I am your father. Oh no, it isn't. No, I'm your father or something. I don't.
Luke, I am your father.
No, I am your father.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
Something like that. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. I mean, I'm.
No, you're right. It's no because Luke is the one that people mess up on.
Yeah, that's the one people get wrong. So you're a big trivia guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Myself as well. Theoretically speaking, it's the happy hour, man. We no cocktail of the hour. No cocktail of the day this hour. No Tina. Tina's out for the wedding of Court and Frack. So congrats to them on the nuptials. People say that the nuptials.
No, I don't want to hear that again. That just
the nuptials.
I don't know.
No,
I'm a married man and I didn't even appreciate that.
Nuptials.
Yeah, that makes sense, but
nuptials.
Nah.
I try to make it cool because here's the thing. People keep on telling me I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I keep on getting these old allegations.
We had a huge debate. What was this? 5-6 months ago about the word unk.
Yeah,
I think unk is awesome.
I'm unk. I'm cool being unk, but like it's weird.
Are you now cool being unk because you made a huge deal of it a few months ago?
Well, I didn't like the way it was. Y'all used it derogatory a few months ago.
We is a hard statement. It was the intern group.
We had an intern class here who I held near and dear. No, the issue was like they were making it seem like I'm just onk in general. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm onk to them because I'm like a little older. I'm 30s, low 30s. So I can see myself being onk. But they made it seem like I just was giving off onk vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just felt something about it, you know. Like it
but
felt
now you're
like
okay
they were
with
calling
it.
me washed. Yeah, no,
now you're still unsure, are you? You're still unsure.
I do enjoy a nice cigar lounge.
There you go.
And I cannot wait until the day in which I will don a fedora. You know?
Okay.
You have to wait on those. You can't. That's not something you can just buy yourself, by the way.
Nope.
It is a rite of passage, especially as a brother. At a certain age you hit, and then you don't buy it. You cannot. If you go in a store and you buy your first fedora,
okay,
something's wrong with you. You're an egomaniac. You think you've made it and you haven't. No, a fedora magically appears in your closet the day that you earn it.
Nice.
As a brother.
Nice.
At some point. So I'm waiting on that day.
Are we talking cream color black band type of fedora here?
Like a Kango.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of them. You know, and honestly, if I would go. My first one hopefully is 10.
Okay.
You know, just throwing it out there in the ether.
For sure.
One of these days, when I officially cement myself in the prime of my unk status, then I will have one of those, just resting upon like a nice, beautifully sculpted stand with a light shining down on it.
Got it.
And that's going to be the day I know I earned.
Got it.
LeBron has 8 of them, so LeBron has about 8 of them things, and they're all to cover up the lack of follicles on top of his head right now. And LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers got about 18,000 different reasons why they feel like they're down to the Thunder in this series, including a lack of calls for Bron, including a lack of respect currently. Austin Reeves. So after last night's 125-107 Game 2 loss, and I promise you we're going to get to the Game 3 or the Game 2 games for tonight. Game 3 games. The 2 Game 3 games for the night in the playoffs we're going to get to as well, and then we'll get on to get around. One last time, though, I want to address the Lakers ailment, since we have the Lakers image up on our YouTube stream. Austin Reeves. JJ Redick is mad that LeBron ain't getting enough calls. JJ, and okay. We don't have the Reeves, do we? Okay, that's why I saw whenever you see K do the scoot from out of the camera onto the other the computer, there's an issue. Forget about the Reeves then. Do we have the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander talking about the physicality? This series is going to be defined by The Thunder's run to a repeat is going to be defined by the way in which the officials officiate their games. How closely they call it. What are they able to get away with? How deep into their bench do they have to go because of foul trouble? And a lot of times they don't have to go very far because the officials do let them get away with a lot of swiping, a lot of hacking, a lot of clawing. Shea, in a very disingenuous manner, had this to say following last night's Game 2 win.
Yeah, absolutely. It just makes the game more fun. Like, certain things get let go that usually don't. And it's just basketball at the end of the day. So, yeah, it's just like this time of year is just purest form of the sport and of the game. And I definitely I love this form of it for sure.
Shea knows what people think of him. He knows people think he's a foul baiter. He the way in which he lives, he's very stoic, he's very even keel. He's not bothered by the fact of it. What he's saying isn't incorrect, but the source that it's coming from feels disingenuous because when you are a said guy that hunts out contact and flails away from people as if you are being, hit by a 1,000-pound gorilla, like that feels like a slap in the face to the Lakers fans out there or the LeBron fans who have to watch him deal with what he has to deal with and also watch the Thunder get a lot of sometimes questionable calls. But I want y'all to know this. That don't matter in this series. The Lakers are outmanned. With Shea on the bench, the OKC Thunder last night went on a 25-8 run. That series is over and done. You can cry, you can whine, you can call your mom, you can call the league offices. You can beg Adam Silver to make a change. Austin Reeves was begging the refs last night after the game to please cut him some slack. It ain't going to happen. The Thunder are deeper, and they're better, and all the while, their second-best player, just like your second-best player, is sitting on the sideline in street clothes. You're going to have to deal with it. We'll get to the other two games that are tonight. Little preview action, and we got. I'm waiting for post shoot-around stuff so we can get the full injury report so we know who's actually active tonight. But let's get on the trip to travel, to get back and forth all across the globe. It is the Get Around. The Get Around on a Feel Good Friday. Cage Chumslin, and he's the conductor. And it's your boy, Theo Dorsey. This is what we do. This is what we do here on Theoretically Speaking, man. It's a great time. It's a great vibe, and it's always good when we're in motion. Where are we going first?
Next stop.
We're headed to the deep north, Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings.
They call it that? The deep north?
No.
Okay. Sure.
You're welcome, Minnesota.
I like it.
Don't you know? The Minnesota Vikings and wide receiver Juwan Jennings have agreed to a 1-year, $13 million deal. This makes the Vikings wide receiver room consist of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and now Juwan Jennings. Not to mention TJ Hawkinson at the tight end position. One of the deepest wide receiver rooms in the league now. How much pressure is on, I'm going to say, Kyler Murray to deliver at this depth of wide receiver? Because I know it's supposed to be Murray or J.J. McCarthy, but you don't bring in Murray for him to sit on the bench. Murray's not a bench player.
Yeah.
So it's 90% in my mind going to be Murray.
You could say arguably his weapons in Arizona weren't, I wouldn't say just as good, but like barely a tier below.
Marvin Harrison Jr. did not live up to the hype, though.
He didn't, but a lot of people are blaming that on Kyler Murray not being the adequate quarterback for him. And I'm not comparing Justin Jefferson to Marvin Harrison Jr., but what I'm saying is between Jordan Addison and Michael Wilson, very comparable tier there. What's my guy? Trey McBride?
Yep.
Best tight end in the league last year. Brock Bowers most talented, but Trey McBride was the best tight end in the league last year, and a lot of that production happened with Jacoby Brissett, not Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray was very bad last year. He had the weaponry in Arizona, and that didn't seem to matter. Now he's getting the coach that has done it time after time with veteran quarterbacks, and he's getting the best wide receiver in football alongside a guy like Juwan Jennings, who is a perfect role player. Like, this guy blocks. He does all the dirty work, and he might be old and not that fast, but he gets open. We've seen a lot of those 49er games, like in the past couple of years, where it's like, wait, who got 150 yards? Like, he got 2 touchdowns. Juwan Jennings, if the 49ers knew the overtime rules, there's a world in which Juwan Jennings is a Super Bowl MVP. Remember that?
Because he threw the pass in that Super Bowl, too.
Yeah, I think he had 2 touchdowns that game, a passing touchdown and a receive. Like, that's how good of a player that they're getting to this receiving core. The pressure's already on Kyler Murray because it's a 1-year deal pretty much, and it's a prove-it deal, and he's going to have to hit the open market again. I think this actually alleviates the pressure because Juwan Jennings is going to make his life so much easier, and everybody else on that offense. Like, Kyler Murray is set up perfectly to have maybe the single best year of his career.
He definitely could.
I'm rocking with it. I would say it's more likely than not.
He has to win a playoff game, though, because the best year of his career was the year that they went, 10-0?
Yeah,
they started ridiculous.
And then they Cliff Kingsbury.
Correct.
That's how it goes. But no, with Kyler specifically in this situation, think about the last 2 veteran quarterbacks that popped for a full season with Kevin O'Connell. Kirk Cousins, who got all the way there and then famously lost to the Daniel Jones Giants and tripped them into paying that guy $40 million. And then you had Sam Darnold, who had them a win away from the 1 seed in a bye week, but barfed all over himself in back-to-back games. And he also ended with an immaculate regular season, but no playoff wins. That's the bar we're setting for Kyler Murray. He needs to win a playoff game.
Correct.
All right.
Completely doable.
You heard it here.
Doable.
You know what, Kyler, if you want to get the next season pass of battle pass of Call of Duty, 1 playoff win. That's all we need. And Kate got you covered.
He's never living that down. That's insane. Let's head quickly on south to Indianapolis, Indiana, home of the headquarters for the NCAA. The 76-team March Madness tournament will officially be implemented immediately for the 2027 March Madness tournament. The format will include 12 first-round games to make the round of 64 that will take place on the Tuesday and Wednesday prior to the tournament. 6 games of those 12 first-round games will be for at-large bubble teams for 11 and 12 seeds, and 6 games will be for automatic bids in 15 and 16 seeds. Was this the right way to put more teams into the tournament?
Maybe. We'll find out. There's going to be some unintended consequences. Here's my issue, though. When I see that, like, I remember when it going from 64 to 68 was a big deal. Like, there was a lot of, like, him and Hine about the 4 teams being added in. When I see 76, the only thing I can think next is how long until we're at 100?
128.
How long?
100 like, whatever's next.
You know what? Scrap the regular season. We'll just jump right into the tournament. Everybody's in. Here's a basketball. We're going to tip it off all across the nation. People are forgetting to register one of the most important pieces of showbiz and entertainment is scarcity. Scarcity is valuable. Scarcity is scarce. Look at Major League Baseball in the regular season there. Like, how often do people talk about how it's just too many games, 162. Regular season with the NBA, what's their issue? They're adding games. They try to reemphasize the play-in games and whatnot, but 82 games is too much for the players to want to play in and for fans to want to watch and keep up with.
Well, did you hear about what happened in the MLB? It got reported like 2 days ago. I should go find the stat. The MLB just broke their record for primetime viewership.
That's what you want. The primetime games matter, and for the NCAA's March Madness for their tournament here, you are getting your highest viewership. Everybody understands once the conference tournament starts and when the clock turns March for the tournament. The issue is, sure, you're getting those, but how much more of an impact is it going to make those teams between 68 and 76? Like, how many of those teams are actually going to make a dent into the tournament in a way in which it's going to make us feel satisfied about the number for us not to just keep on expanding in some kind of like slippery slope? You see what I'm saying? Like,
no, I 100%
76 isn't an issue. The issue with 76 is it's going to be 90 in 10 years and it's going to be 150 in 2 decades.
No, I completely hear you. Because there's the argument that all of these at-large, because it's really for the at-large teams, and then you want to keep it even for the automatic bids.
They want the at-large teams in, but they also want to keep those smaller conferences.
Correct. So they just said bring in all of them. And I hear what you're saying.
It's getting less and less special to make the tournament now. It's getting less and less special to have a tournament win because the play-in games count as tournament wins.
Forget perfect brackets when you're talking about filling out a bracket.
Oh, yeah, it's over with now. That's been over with. That's been over with, but
no one's going to make it through the first four. Through the first, or you can't even call it that anymore. First round.
Filling out a bracket of 76 is insane.
Next
and we
up.
have to do it. They force us to do it every year. I don't want to do it anymore.
Let's bring it back. You know what? You should do it randomly, considering that majority of the time when you do like those squares and you just do random bets here.
That is true.
You do have great success.
I'm going to do it randomly, or I'm going to build me a little AI engine to do it.
There you go. Let's bring it on home to Florida. Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. This is the headquarters of the PGA Tour. And I'll tell you what, Theo, they must have been listening to us yesterday when we had our get around yesterday when we were talking about media and the PGA Tour, because they just announced this morning that they are making some moves on loosening media restrictions during tournaments for players. This includes filming more of the holes, more video minutes of media while they're live on the course. They're expanding their viewership. I'm going to pull up the details right now, Theo. But it's not a huge dent, but they're definitely looking at ways on getting more media back into the PGA Tour.
They keep on tipping their as long as y'all keep dipping your toe in it and not diving in the deep end.
All right, here it is.
People are going to pass them up. I'm looking at it right here as well. Yeah.
So you are allowed to post up to 6 rounds of shots. It used to be just 1. Post up to 120 minutes of highlights on YouTube. Doubled what it previously was. Produce up to 3 minutes of on-site competition day content. Used to be 2 minutes. Use archived PGA Tour footage without having to transfer ownership of YouTube channel. Earn ad revenue for any content captured during practice rounds and pro-ams, though players are still prohibited from commercializing any content filmed on site or broadcast footage directly through sponsorship integrations.
And the question is, why not just have no restrictions? And the answer is they're trying to protect the ability for their broadcast partners to also be able to benefit off of this content that you're getting. Because if you're a broadcast partner and you're televising one of these major tournaments or regular, anything on the PGA Tour, you want the videos that you're getting to be as exclusive as possible so they get as much engagement as possible so that you do more numbers, so that you can sell more, advertising space to your partners. So I get why they have to have the restrictions on, and I think this is a step in the right direction, but you're right. This is what we were harping on yesterday. The threat to the PGA Tour was never Live Golf. It was always YouTube Golf. Bryson DeChambeau comes out and says, you know what? This don't work out. I'll be the number 1 YouTuber. Very next day, PGA Tour, more YouTube.
Yeah,
more
you can't allow full access because you'd kill the business.
Yeah. You wouldn't kill, honestly though, you wouldn't kill the business. I don't think you would. Because think about what's going on. Like, you're just going to allow for other people to eat a little bit more than your broadcast partners, and they're not going to like that. You're going to upset the apple cart a little bit, but you would not kill the business. That's almost like, it feels like fear mongering. You're going to kill the business. People are going to stop watching,
But they might stop watching because look at
the NBA.
Hold on.
The NBA, because it's a highlight.
Where do you watch the PGA Tour right now?
On TV.
So, but YouTube's free.
Right.
So I can save myself a cable channel and just go to YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
But you have to watch it in retrospect. If you're watching PGA Tour events, a lot of people that are going to be watching those events are wanting to see it live. You'll watch some stuff
Correct.
back.
You're going off of the loyalty of the fans to watch it live.
You can't allow them to live stream any of this stuff, and I don't think that's what's in these rules.
No, it's not.
It's the live broadcast rights that matter. The stuff.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and I think we're saying the same thing in different ways. You're saying people are going to now, let's say hypothetically it's a Sunday, or let's not say Sunday, Saturday. And I would typically watch the U.S. Open on this Saturday, but I know I can watch a lot of it back on YouTube later, so I'm going to go shopping, and I'm going to go grill, and I'm going to hang out with my buddies, and I'll watch it back tonight. You're saying the PGA Tour doesn't want people doing that?
Correct. Because here's the thing.
It's true.
Because we're used to right now watching clips of highlights What YouTubers would start doing is film continuously and posting all 3 hours of it.
Yeah.
They can't do that right now.
Unrestricted, yeah.
If they would be unrestricted, yes.
Okay, I get it. You have to have some guardrails. I'm not in the rooms looking at the data charts and the numbers and the slideshows, but what I can tell you is YouTube golf is still coming. It's still knocking, and this is a step in the right direction, but you're going to have to step it up if you want to really overtake something that is still inevitable, because you're not competing with those kind of personalities anyway. You're really just trying to open up the doors for your golfers to feel the ability to be able to take ownership over their stuff more. Like, you want DeChambeau to be able to join the PGA Tour and still do what he's doing.
Correct. That's what this is ultimately opening up to. We've got 2 big NBA games tonight. The New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers, and San Antonio Spurs, Minnesota Timberwolves. But Theo, where we're at on the get-around, we're right here in West Palm Beach. In fact, we could go over to Clematis because you know where Duffy's is going to have both of these games on tonight.
They're going to have all the games on tonight. That's how Duffy's rolls. It's all on at Duffy's. It's always on at Duffy's. In fact, that's why I say our game is always on. Wall-to-wall TVs in Duffy's Sports Grill. Go to your favorite one and see exactly what I mean. Duffy'sMVP.com is the website where you can find your favorite Duffy's. But then most importantly right now, it is the month of May. And while you hear all of those different Star Wars themed May sayings, if you will, Duffy's got one for you. Burger Mania. You get it? Burger Mania.
Yeah. Did you want? Yeah, sure. Hold on real quick.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That'll satisfy you.
Well, that's how you're going to be acting. That's what you're going to be clapping and applauding and all of that when you go to a Duffy Sports Grill and you get to taste some of the burgers that they have on the menu throughout the month of May. Oh, what burgers do you ask? How about the original, not the original, but the classic double smash burger? That one is always a beauty. The double smash burger, 2 Angus beef patties, smashed caramelized onions. You got the signature Duffy special sauce, and you throw that on that artisan bun, and you get that thing cranking like you always do. And then, of course, you got the Frito pie burger. That one is exactly what it sounds like. The Frito pie burger gets you right. The thing I like about that one is you actually have the actual Fritos on the burger, giving you that extra crunch, as well as the chili. And that's one of those, it can get a little messy. But it's worth it. And, of course, the bacon mac and cheese burger as well. You got the half-pound Angus beef patty topped with creamy mac and cheese and applewood smoked bacon. Mouth is, I'm salivating. Just thinking about that Duffy Sports Grill right there. So grab your drinks, grab a friend, go to Duffy'sMVP.com and tap in on Burger Mania. Gotta love it. Me saying I'm salivating like that reminded me of that old clip from First Take. And by the way, today was the day, Kate. You catch any of that? The reunion on First Take?
Oh, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith?
I saw the only thing I saw. If I couldn't watch it live, we were in the midst of a bunch of different interviews, in and outs this morning. We had a busy morning together here, Cade. The only thing I saw live, or that I saw on the little Chiron, the graphic on the lower third there, was a top 10 basketball players, I believe Skip Bayless put out on First Take. And number 1 was MJ. Number 2 was Magic. Number 3 was Shaq. And he had LeBron James all the way down at number 9. So I guess old habits die hard. It's Kate Chums, and I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Catch Inter Miami on ESPN 106.3 and the ESPN South Florida app. If you're heading to the game, take Tri-Rail to the Miami Airport Station, skip the traffic, and skip parking. Plan your ride today at tri-rail.com.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and it's time to play ball on ESPN 106.3. Saturday, settle in for a great night at the ballpark. The Astros take on the Reds, long shadows and long home runs. We hit the diamond right after Inter Miami here on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet, the home of Inter Miami, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Heat, with all of the biggest live events in sports. If it's happening in sports, it's happening right here on ESPN 106.3, South Florida's home for sports, presented by Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus, physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or somebody you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Have you ever wished buying a car felt more like buying from a friend? You know, someone you actually like and trust? Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach has a better way to do it because it's all about how you're treated. Imagine this. You make a quick call, say what you're looking for, and before you even arrive, there's a car waiting for you. You can even get a text with photos ahead of time so you know what to expect. No guesswork, no pressure, just a simple experience. And right now, for the next 10 days, get invoice pricing on every car in the showroom. No games, no surprises, no hidden fees, just real, transparent pricing. More comfortable with a female sales pro? Need a Spanish-speaking team member? They've got you covered. Call Lottie Mister at 561-433-1511. That's 561-433-1511. Or stop by Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, 735 South Military Trail. Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, where car buying finally feels like it should.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Hey, y'all get some more drinks going on. I sound a whole lot better.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
What a feel-good Friday, man. What a feel-good Friday it is indeed. We, Cade and I went over the different Star Wars themed, days of the week. And everybody knows May the 4th, right? May the 4th be with you. Because that was a saying, may the Force be with you from Star Wars. There's like 7 other ones. Most of them stink. Most of them stink, Cade.
Yeah.
But we did like the 6th one. What was the 6th one?
It's Revenge of the Sixth. And I actually, looking at some other memes, you can also replace that one with 5th. So Revenge of the 5th, Revenge of the 6th, whichever one you want to put right there.
But the 8th one was not.
8th one's dumb. 7th is okay. 9 and 10 are dumb. Yeah, you're stretching at that point.
Yeah, sometimes people reach. You reach, and you sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But you know what? You fought the good fight. I'm fighting a good fight this weekend. I got my weekend plans absolutely stacked. This morning was stacked. We had an early doctor's appointment, doing the little glucose test with the wife. That's one of those pregnancy steps you had to go through. That was like a 7:30 call. By 9:30, we wrap it up. I rush over here to the station. I was blessed to have 2 interviews back to back. One of them was Wendy Satori-Link. She is the supervisor of elections for Palm Beach County. So we talked about the big primary and everything that's going on here in and around election season, as people need to get registered to vote. Then literally at 10 minutes after I'm done talking with the supervisor of elections for Palm Beach County, elected official, talking big business, in walks Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron, AEW superstar, the wrestler who's going to be taking the ring tomorrow night in Palm Beach Gardens in the SoFi Center. Talk about a switch of tone and pace for interviewing.
Yeah, definitely. Not even close. You have very proper, very formal. And then you got, can I smash the table? I can't do Australian. I'm sorry, Harley.
She did like 18 different impersonations and impressions on the show. So by the way, if you missed that segment, we played a snippet of it earlier on Theoretically Speaking. You can watch the full interview on GKW. That's Good Karma Wrestling, or you can watch it on at ESPN South Florida. It's all on YouTube. That was great. But she and the good people reminded me, I got to get out there to the SoFi Center. So I got some tickets, AEWTix.com. I'll be at the SoFi Center tomorrow night. So that's how my weekend plan started getting set up. I got a tea time at 3.
Nice.
The wrestling match starts at 7:30. So probably going right from the course to the...
How many people are you golfing with?
3. We should be good.
Is it close to Palm Beach Gardens or?
It is not.
Okay.
It's in West Palm, though. It's like on the outer skirts of West Palm. So it'll be like a 30-minute drive.
Okay.
I'll be a little late.
Maybe.
I'll be a little late. I'll miss like the opening.
Are you going to try to get home first, too?
No, I'm going to just have to go straight there.
You're just going to go straight
there. I'm
going
to go straight there.
You'll be okay.
So,
You'll be okay.
And before that, I have a luncheon, a leadership luncheon from 11 to 1 that I'm going to that is of high importance. So it's really a stacked Saturday.
When's the last Saturday that you haven't been to a luncheon? I feel like we come into the office every Monday and it's like, where was Theo on Saturday?
Yeah. Last weekend was a gala. That was the inaugural West Palm Beach Mayor's Gala.
See? There we go.
Honoring Keith James. Big shout to the Chamber of the Palm Beaches and whatnot. I don't know, man. I like to stay active.
It's good. It's good.
It's fun.
I just find how consistent it is.
Yeah, I am I like to be where my feet are, and boy, I tell you, I feel like I am definitely part of the thread of this community because I've been here 5.5 years, and I feel very actively involved. And I did not realize it until like probably a year or so ago how familiar I am with a lot of the dignitaries in and around this area, and it's because of all these damn luncheons.
Yes, correct.
I'm like, they would never know who the hell the 2:00 host of Theoretically Speaking was on ESPN West Palm if it not been for all of those luncheons and galas and receptions and all of those things I've been taking part in. So it's fun. And I get to pick their brains about what's going on in and around the area. What's your weekend plans, Kay? What are you doing? You catching any luncheons, galas, golf outings?
I'm packing a lunch, though, because I got to head over to Naples on Saturday, tomorrow. Naples. That's tomorrow already. Man, this week flew by.
West Coast. You're going to the West Coast. You're going to Naples. You're packing a lunch. Why?
I'm making a solo trip because I got to go cover some high school lacrosse state championships, baby.
High school lacrosse state champions.
We've already got one guarantee. So we got the semifinals today.
Okay.
For girls lacrosse. Yesterday we had boys lacrosse semifinals. This is all at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex in Naples. Very cool venue. And yesterday with the boys in Class 1A, we had the Benjamin Buccaneers and the St. Andrew Scots on separate sides of the bracket. Both win their semifinals, so we are having an all Palm Beach County state championship tomorrow in Naples.
Do we have a time for that one? Because you're going to that one for sure, and you're trying to TBD on the others?
It's going to be noon. It's going to be noon tomorrow, so I got to get up and get over there. But the coolest part is that this is a rematch from last year's state championship. Dead rematch. A game that didn't go down to the wire, but last year, St. Andrews held a 3-goal lead at halftime. Benjamin came out of the second half and scored 6 straight goals and never looked back. Benjamin wins another state championship.
The Benjamin Bucks.
Bucks are also going for 3 in a row because they won the year before that.
Save some. Save some for the homies. Okay, so that's one of the matchups. And then we have, because this is not the only sport that's going down. Flag football is hot right now in the area.
Well, I could be there longer, too, because American Heritage Girls Lacrosse has a semifinal today. They're actually going right now. I don't have a score update for you, but they started their game today at 2:30.
They're always winning.
So, yeah, and they're the number 1 team in the country. So most likely they will win. Their game for a state championship will be tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So I'll do boys at noon. I'll do American Heritage Girls at 5. There's also a potential if an upset can happen in the Class 2A girls, Vero Beach Indians are a 4 seed in their semifinal. They have a tall task. They're playing the number 2 team in the country. And I believe they're Ponte Vedra, I believe, is the team they're playing. If they can pull off that upset, that state championship will be tomorrow at 7:30. So there is a chance I'm at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex from noon to 9 p.m.
with little miniature breaks in between. Whenever you're
Correct.
so Cade Shumsland, when he's not filling in here on Theoretically Speaking on Russo and Rizzo, or when he's not doing Sunday Huddle, or when he's not also being the man behind the camera and creating a lot of our digital content that you see up and around ESPN South Florida, ESPN West Palm, and ESPN Top 63, because you're a man of many hats. You also are one of our lead coverage guys for when it comes to high school sports. You have your finger on the pulse with these things. When you have a road trip like this, are you type of guy that actually does pack the lunch, or do you try to find a local restaurant to take a little stop in, maybe edit on the laptop and check out some new eats?
Well, most likely I will be there for both lunch and dinner. So I'm trying to save some money by packing the lunch, and then I will go somewhere for dinner.
There you go.
If that makes sense.
That's a good vet move. I just especially when we were in Fort Lauderdale, really, I guess Miami Gardens area. It's like Miami. Where's FIU? Is that Miami? It's actually Miami.
It's Miami.
When we were at FIU for the state championships, we found that little local.
Ooh, the Honey Hole.
Grill. Yeah, man. We tore that place up. And I think you and C-Cat went back-to-back nights.
Well, see, it was hilarious because we were there for 3 different state championships. Yeah. He went there the first night solo. Yeah. He was like, Cade, you should come with me to this place. And so we both went the second night, and then we both told you, Theo, you need to come with us the third night. And so then all 3 of us went the third night.
It was worth it. We went that third night following the
Vero Beach Lake Mary game.
Hail Mary. And, not that we were rooting for Vero Beach. We really wanted to see the hometown team win, so we weren't having to dry our eyes as we went to that place. But if we were welled up with tears, that grill would have wiped them all away.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those smash burgers and those shakes, the milkshake. Ooh, the strawberry milkshake.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Yeah.
That was great. So it's finding a local eatery when you're out of town working is A1.
Correct.
Especially if you know there's a chance you'll be going back. Because have you been to Naples for state championships before?
I have, but the last time I was there, I've actually been there the last 2 years now because we've had a couple state champions over the last few years there. In fact, the craziest thing's about to happen in girls lacrosse. If American Heritage plays who is currently the 2 seed, who will most likely play them in the championship, their name is Lake Highland Prep. They're from Orlando. If those 2 teams play each other again this year, this will be, I need to double check the exact number, but I believe it'll be their 6th appearance in a row in the state championship.
Both of them.
Yes. American Heritage versus Lake Highland Prep, 6 years in a row.
So this is like Warriors Cavs. We were talking about this
Correct.
before. This
Correct.
is over
Correct.
and over.
And I believe the series is 3-2 over the last 5 years.
Oh, it's a real rivalry.
Yes, with American Heritage. And the craziest part about this, not to get too much into the details of high school girls lacrosse, but they both play opposite styles of ball. So it's very fascinating to watch. One team, which would be the Stallions of American Heritage, they are firing on all cylinders. They have lungs. They can run you out of the building. Lake Highland Prep literally sits on the ball for 2 minutes at a time and then chooses very carefully when they want to take their shots. They will put up maybe 7 shots a game, but they'll score 6 of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Stallions will just fire on all cylinders. They'll get rebounds. They'll get loose balls. They are just going nuts. And then Lake Highland Prep just sits, waits, tires you out on defense, and then snaps it in attack.
You know what that tells me? American Heritage is a better team. Know what that tells me? Because think about it, when you're trying to limit possession, this is not a disrespect to Lake Highland Prep or whatever.
I mean,
the team that tries to limit possessions, the team that tries to muck it up, the team that tries to withhold the amount of opportunities in which you can beat me out mano a mano, generally a little less talented. Shout out them Stallions.
We'll see. I mean, Lake Highland Prep won last year, so I can't say anything right now.
That's fine.
It's 1-1 in the 2 years that I've been there with Stallions and Lake Highland. So anyway, but
Stallions.
that's for high school girls
Stallions.
lacrosse. But last night, Theo, you and I also had the opportunity to see some teams make it to a state semi in high school girls flag football.
Yes, sir.
I watched the Park Vista Cobras make a complete embarrassment out of Stoneman Douglas And you also got to see who was it again?
I got to see the Somerset Canyons Cougars take down John Carroll Catholic, a 20-zip. It was a shutout, and they won their regional final as well. So both of those teams are going to be off to states, which I'm guessing you're going to be packing your lunch pail again.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll figure that part out later.
Out what's going to happen
because that one's going to be next week. Those semifinals will be played on May 15th.
Yeah.
Those two plus the reigning defending state champions in the Seminole Ridge Hawks, they'll be playing in 3A. There's only 4 classes of high school girls flag football in Florida. We've got A state semifinalists in 3 of them. 4A, the number 1 seeded Cobras taking on Tucoy Creek. In 3A, the number 1 seeded Seminole Ridge Hawks, the defending champions, they'll take on East Lake. And then we've got another semifinal to determine today, but the Somerset Canyons Cougars will most likely be like a 2 seed in their bracket. They're unsure who they're going to play because there's still a game left to be played in the 1A class. But 3 potential state champions for flag football.
Well, there can only be one NBA champion in the National Basketball Association. And if I were a betting man, I would say neither the Knicks or the Sixers have a great shot at it. But the winner of the Spurs and the T-Wolves are going to be looking to take down the defending champs. All 4 of those teams I just named are in action tonight. All 4 of those teams get their own breakdown on the other side. Cade Chumslin is right here with me on the other side of the glass. He prepping for a trip over to Naples for some state championship action. It's your boy Theo Dorsey, and on the other side, we do dig in on the, let's call them appetizer of Game 3s tonight on Prime Video on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
In an AI-driven world, power up your future with in-demand trade skills at Palm Beach State College. Attend a free hands-on electrical info session and discover careers in electrical and low-voltage technology. Explore real-world training employers need right now, from installing smart home systems to repairing modern electrical equipment. Be job-ready in a year or less. Financial aid is available for those who qualify. Visit pbsc.edu and search info to learn more.
Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSisyes.com today.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with George Teixeira, partner and practice leader of Anshin's Financial Services Group.
When launching a private investment fund, proper structuring could mean the difference between high tax bills and smart tax savings. The new One Big Beautiful Bill Act permanently extends the 20% deduction on qualified business income, makes favorable changes to exclusions of gains of qualified small business stock, and brings back full expensing on capital investments. For fund managers, this means new opportunities to reduce taxable income and improve cash flow. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we specialize in building tax-efficient structures that help funds and their investors make the right decisions today for greater success tomorrow. If you are launching a fund in this new environment, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years, with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration, using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
1, 2, get down.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
With Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. And now, the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access, then start watching in the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place. Even all the way from Milwaukee, Christian Cat does not fail to disrupt the flow of theoretically speaking via a text he sent me in response to our interview that we had with Harley Cameron. So I cannot read it, but just know that is why I was chuckling through that. That's why I was chuckling through this. They're talking about Xfinity. It's no laughing matter. The ESPN app, Xfinity, your subscriptions, make it shake. Kay, we got NBA tonight.
We got huge NBA tonight.
Let me hit my little button. There it is. Even though NBA is gonna be on Prime Video, it's a little NBA on ESPN Music. We got the Knicks. We got the Sixers. Philadelphia, 2.5-point favorites tonight. They are in a position, can we officially say must-win territory? Are you comfortable with that, Kate?
For the 76ers, absolutely. You got to take both these games at home.
So the Sixers, if they're going to win tonight, they're going to need a healthy Joel Embiid, which the last we've checked, still questionable. Not saying that he's definitively playing, but, I mean, come on, Kate. He's playing.
He's going to play.
He's playing. There's a reason why he pulled.
Unlike OG Anunoby.
OG Anunoby, is it official?
I thought so.
OG Anunoby's injury is still up in the air.
Oh, okay.
He's day-to-day with the hamstring that he went out with. The last report is that the Knicks are optimistic he'll be back soon. Still no official update on OG Anunoby. He's their best two-way player, as people like to put it. Here's what I'll say. If you're the Knicks, and if you feel comfortable with your standing in this series, if you look at this game not as a must-win for you, but as I'm sure we can outplay him. I'm sure we can make this thing shake and go up 3-0. I would rest Anunoby, because the last thing you want to do with a soft tissue injury at this point in the schedule, May 8th, 2 games into the second round, is have this be something that depletes him for potentially a conference finals run.
Correct. If you're the Knicks, you want to be thinking about, okay, I'm looking at Detroit, who look like they're having their way with Cleveland. They could sweep. We need to get through this round healthy. We're up 2-0. We'll most likely win the series. Get through this. This is not Minnesota. We're having to claw and fight just to get through the next round. You're going to comfortably get through this because the Sixers are also beat up. Get through it completely healthy. You're going to need it for Detroit.
I would rest Anunoby. If I'm Embiid, there's no way you're keeping me off that court. That game, again, tipping off at 7 o'clock on Prime Video. Give me the – wait, Embiid, if Embiid is playing, give me the Knicks. Give me the Knicks.
I'll take the Knicks as well.
Spurs, Timberwolves, 9:30 on Prime Video. This one is Spurs 4.5-point favorites at the Target Center. Victor Wembanyama, his response to that Game 1 failure where he went 0 for 8 from deep, his response was an emphatic, I'm taking everything that I want. Offensive rebounds, pull-up jumpers over Rudy Gobert, going to the rim and getting buckets when he needs it. The Spurs are the better team. The Timberwolves are more experienced, but the Timberwolves are banged up, man. I want the T-Wolves to win this series. I have been losing faith the more I've seen the confidence build in those San Antonio Spurs. A 9:30 tip back at the Target Center, though, at home. I got the Timberwolves pulling this one out.
You think so?
I got the Timberwolves pulling this one out against all the odds.
I'm going to take the Spurs. I think they're the
Smart
overall better team. But
man.
I do want to let you know, Theo, because ESPN just dropped this a few minutes ago. We got some breaking news.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire. If your vehicle has issues with braking or other issues, get it fixed right now at St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
The article on ESPN by Rich Cimini, the New York Jets running back Breece Hall, who was given a franchise tag back in February, has agreed with the team for a 3-year, $45 million deal.
Oh, no. Breece?
The contract includes $29 million in guarantees and averages $15.25 million, third amongst running backs in the NFL.
Here's what I'll say. Breece Hall, I want it better for you. As we know, I don't have a lot of faith in what the Jets have been. I have a lot of faith in what Aaron Glenn actually can turn this thing around into for some odd reason. I think it's a zag. Everybody's zigging and I'm zagging. I think Aaron Glenn is, he's not the lame duck coach that people make him out to be. But I want to make note of this for the Jets. They are perfectly positioned to draft a quarterback next year and maybe even this year in the supplementary draft when it comes to Brendan Sorsby if he becomes available, the Texas Tech quarterback that's in the gambling scandal. They have now a franchise running back in Breece Hall, absolute playmaker, locked in for the near future. They have the best tight end out of the draft, a run-after-catch guy in Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon, picked number 16 in this past NFL draft, locked in for the near future. They went out and got Omar Cooper Jr., national champion from Indiana, another rack guy. And they already have Garrett Wilson. Remember when he did the MJ in the end zone?
I'm well aware.
This is a ready-made roster for a rookie to be able to shine, and that offensive line is pretty good. I'm kind of confident in the Jets.
I'm not confident this year. They're on the right path to be good in 2 years. I'd give them 2 years, and they will be competitive in the AFC.
They're going to get a great quarterback out of next year's draft. But I will say, Geno Smith, maybe this is why Aaron Glenn believes. They got him all the weapons he needs. Russo and Rizzo's next, ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-55